guys, this is EdReviews, here for our very special End of the Year Awards. We have a bunch of different categories, and these awards are decided by myself and my wonderful editor behind the camera. These are our opinions. If you disagree, I'm sorry. But yeah, there was no real way we picked this. We just kind of agreed on stuff, and we're going to get going. So the first category we have is music. There are two general awards in this. We have an Artist of the Year and an Album of the Year. So Artist of the Year. Some of the criteria that my editor and I used for this category are, one, the artists that we considered did not release formal albums this year. They released singles, maybe an EP, but no formal album. And that's kind of it. Those were the people those were the criteria we used, and we're actually going to start with the winner. And our Artist of the Year for 2017 is Echo Smith. If any of you know me, this shouldn't be any kind of a shock to you. I love Echo Smith so much. Honestly, their album was supposed to come out this year, but unfortunately it got delayed until this coming spring. But they released an EP of 7 songs from this upcoming album, and it's all terrific. With Echo Smith losing one of its original 4 members, I was curious to see how they would manage to write music without one of their main people. And the changes they've made really just work. They've went with a more synthetic sound than the old music, and it's definitely got a more poppy feel to it, but still with that musical weight that I really, really love. Some of the songs on that EP are some of their most lyrically dense. Go listen to Dear World, Future Me, or Lessons. They're all very, very deep, meaningful songs that I love. And Echo Smith also released a fun little Christmas EP of 3 songs. One, they wrote their own Christmas song. It's called Baby Don't Leave Me. And it's awesome. I love them so much. They covered the Beatles' Happy Christmas, War Is Over. And they repurposed their cover of I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. And it's all awesome. Artist of the Year, Echo Smith. And we have a few honorable mentions for this category. The first being Camila Cabello. Havana's awesome. It's such a good song. And her 2 other singles, Never Be the Same and Real Friends, are terrific. The thing I love about Camila Cabello is that there's so much power in her voice. You feel all of the emotion, and it's just, she's terrific. Our second honorable mention is Owl City. Now, his album is coming out next year. He didn't even try and release it this year. He released 3 singles. All My Friends, The 5th of July, and a song called Fiji Water. And the thing I love about him is that he has stayed true to himself. He's still got that quirky edge to his music that I just absolutely adore. And our third honorable mention for this category is Philip Phillips, who, again, his album comes out in like 3 weeks, but he released a couple singles this year, including Magnetic and a song he wrote called Dance With Me. And the one that really stood out to me was Dance With Me. It's a song he wrote about his recent wife, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful love song, and it's so good to have him back. So, Album of the Year. I'm going to admit, the 3 contenders that we had for this were the only 3 albums I bought this year. I think that's pretty fair. So let's jump into it. Our 2017 Album of the Year is Reputation from Taylor Swift. Guys, I've been eating my words when it comes to this album. I'm going to freely admit, when Look What You Made Me Do came out, I was horrified that this was the music that Taylor Swift was coming out with. I thought I really, really liked her. But then I heard Look What You Made Me Do, and I was just I was very disappointed because I thought she was above just straight diss tracks. And then Ready For It came out. And I was like, this is better, but it still isn't great. And then I gave her one more shot with the third single, and that was Gorgeous. And that song's hilarious. I love it so much, but I love it because I think it's funny. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble, and I'm going to buy this whole album. And I have no regrets. I love this album. Even Look What You Made Me Do is starting to grow on me. It's Taylor Swift at her absolute finest. I don't like her country eras. I much prefer her pop eras. And this in particular is probably my favorite Taylor Swift era. There's so much lyrical density again on this album. Every song tells a story. And one of the things I recommend anyone who likes music and really enjoys storytelling of any kind, listen to Reputation straight down. Don't hit shuffle. Don't listen to your other music on a playlist with it. Just put the album in or just press play on track 1 and let it go all the way down. There's a story being told in that album. And it's terrific. I love this album. And that's why it's our 2017 Album of the Year. Our first honorable mention is Rachel Platten's Waves. Now, before I bought Reputation, this was probably going to be Album of the Year. But I was a little bit disappointed that it was. And here's why. When I get new music from an artist, I look for them to do something a little bit different. The new Echo Smith music is different, but it's still awesome. Reputation is so fundamentally different from the rest of her music. And our other runner-up was so different from that band's original music. And Waves is just more Rachel Platten. Now, granted, I like Rachel Platten a lot, but it's more of the same from her. And I was almost disappointed about that. Which is why when Reputation came around, this was no longer Album of the Year. And our second honorable mention is After Laughter from Paramore. When After Laughter came out back in May, I was really interested in this new sound Paramore was going for. It's an 80s pop sound, which I admit is not original, but I really was interested in what they were trying to do. They had all of these upbeat rhythms, but they tackled such serious messages like depression and burning bridges with friends to keep yourself sane. I thought it was all really interesting. But in the end, not a single song from that album has really stuck with me. And it's kind of forgettable in the end. So there's one category for games, because there's only one award that you give for games, and that's Game of the Year. I'm just going to jump right in, no pun intended, and say our 2017 Game of the Year is Super Mario Odyssey! What can I say? It is the best Mario game I have ever played. It borrows from every Mario game that's ever been created, including my favorite, Super Mario Galaxy. And it creates this amazing open world. It's open world. It's a 2D platformer some of the time. It's just so good. And Jump Up Superstar has not left my head ever since the first time I heard that song. Game of the Year, Super Mario Odyssey. Wahoo! And there's only one honorable mention for this category, and that's Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation 4. Now, this game came out back in February, It took me about 2 months to finish, and I'm currently playing through the DLC. And I love that game. It's a technological masterpiece. I thought the story was really interesting. But it didn't... I enjoyed the game, but it didn't bring me joy in the way that that Mario did. Actually, there were several moments where I almost broke my controller playing Horizon, because that game is extremely difficult and extremely involved. Television. No real criteria for this. We're just doing an actress, actor, and the best show. Our 2017 TV Actress of the Year is Crystal Reed as Sophia Falcone in Gotham. Ever since they brought her in at the beginning of this season of Gotham, I have been beyond captivated by her performance. I was really impressed with the range that she has with this role. She has to lie. She has to be charming. She has to be innocent. She has to be deceptive. And she owns every minute that she's on that screen. I don't see an actress. I see the daughter of a mobster when I watch her in that role. And she's just amazing. She's really great. And I was not able to find any honorable mentions for this category because really no one on TV captured me the way that she did this year. And our 2017 TV Actor of the Year goes to Seth MacFarlane as Captain Ed Mercer in The Orville. Now, everything about The Orville was legitimately surprising for me. Its ability to be both dramatic and comedic was really great, and Seth MacFarlane's ability to act continues to amaze me. I've seen him in a couple of his movies, and he's good, but I think he's outstanding in this show. Every week, MacFarlane is giving it his all with one of the most passionate performances I've seen in a very long time. And similar to TV Actress, there is no honorable mentions for this because no one really got me as interested as Seth MacFarlane did in that role. Our 2017 Best TV Show of the Year goes to Gotham! Now with Gotham, I'm counting the end of Season 3 and the beginning of Season 4 together. And this show is one of the most intriguing things I've seen on TV right now. Every subplot they have is so interesting. The way they managed to take these interesting pairings of characters that you wouldn't expect and put them together and squeeze the chemistry out of one of the best casts currently acting on television right now. It's terrific. And I find it so interesting that we've managed to create a show in the Batman universe that really has very little to do about Batman. Granted, and this is sort of spoilers, Bruce Wayne is doing what I'm calling baby Batmaning, but really it's not about Batman at all. It's about the workings of Gotham City. And it's so interesting, and I love it. No honorable mentions in this category either. Just, yeah, no, nothing else is as interesting. Guys, we've reached my editor's favorite category, movies! This is very exciting. So, we're going to lead it off with our Actress of the Year. And our Actress of the Year is Daisy Ridley for both Murder on the Orient Express and The Last Jedi. Now, Murder on the Orient Express, I didn't really like, but one of the standouts in that movie was Daisy Ridley. And I thought that that movie really allowed her a chance to show off her range. She has to lie. She has to be sneaky. She has to be charming. She has to be the innocent. All in one role. And she nailed it. It was awesome. And her return to Rey in The Last Jedi was outstanding. She was absolutely amazing. She commands every scene she's in. She's the hopeful innocent, the fierce warrior. Daisy Ridley's amazing. And our one honorable mention for this is Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman in both Justice League and Wonder Woman. She's awesome. I really don't know what else to say, but she's just awesome. Our 2017 Actor of the Year goes to Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. Mark Hamill's return to Luke Skywalker is legitimately one of the most interesting performances I've seen in a very long time. And here's why. Mark Hamill did admit that he was a little surprised with where Rian Johnson was taking the character in the narrative. The Last Jedi definitely takes Luke Skywalker in a different direction, where he's not the almost superhero that we think he is. He's a flawed human being. And the way Hamill manages this is so impressive. His performance captivated me beyond belief throughout that whole movie. And our one honorable mention for this category is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in Logan. What can I say? Logan's a terrific movie, and Hugh Jackman in his final role as Wolverine, it's epic, it's tragic. He's wonderful in that role. And our next category is one that my editor requested that we include, the Best Animated Character of the Year. The winner for that category is BB-8 in The Last Jedi. I know people thought it was stupid, but seeing BB-8 beat the bejesus out of some people and literally take control of a tank and murder people was pretty freaking cool. I love BB-8. And our honorable mentions for that category are the Porgs from The Last Jedi, because they're adorable. Korg from Thor Ragnarok, because who doesn't love Korg? And Lego Batman from the Lego Batman movie, because I'm Batman. And now we've reached the big one, our Best Picture of 2017. And the winner is Baby Driver. In a year with some of the best movies I've ever seen, Baby Driver stood out among the rest of them. It's filmmaking like I've never seen before. That way that Edgar Wright incorporates music into the action I've never seen anything like it. And everyone in this movie does a phenomenal job acting. If you want to see me gush over this movie some more, go watch the review. I'll probably have my editor put a link in the description. And our honorable mentions for this category are Star Wars The Last Jedi, because it was so awesome. It was such a good reimagining of Star Wars. Link to that review also in the description. Wonder Woman, one of the best superhero films I've ever seen. Again, link to my gushing, glowing review in the description. And Logan, which we did not actually review because this channel didn't exist when that movie came out. And Logan is a terrific superhero movie. It's gritty, it's dark. I mean, it's not very fun, but it's very interesting. So this is the miscellaneous category, which are things that we wanted to mention that didn't really fit in any of the major categories that we had. And the first being our biggest disappointment of 2017. And that award goes to Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Now, I love the first Kingsman. I really do. I think it's a terrific movie. But Kingsman 2 suffered from sequelitis bad. It's not a bad movie. It just focused on the wrong things about the first Kingsman. And I'm just going to bring it up again. The meat grinder is not funny. It's gross. Link to that review also in the description. And our honorable mention for this category is Murder on the Orient Express. A movie that both me and my editor were very excited to see, but we were very disappointed with how it turned out. We both had never read the book before seeing the movie and didn't really know exactly what to expect. And we were a little confused coming out of the theater, but we definitely liked the cinematography, but all in all, we didn't really like the film, either of us. So we were pretty disappointed with one of the films that we were both very excited for. And now our next award is for the stupidest thing of 2017. I'm not even going to drum roll. Take a guess what it is, guys. It's Sharknado 5. If you haven't seen the review or don't know me personally, I hate the Sharknado movies with every fiber of my being. And why is there a fifth one? Why did it parody other movies besides Sharknado? Why was there Sharkzilla? Ugh. Link to that angry review rant-esque thing in the description. And our honorable mention for that category is the Emoji Movie. A dumb film. It's dumb. We reviewed that one too. Links in the description. Our final award tonight is the biggest surprise of 2017, and that goes to Fox's The Orville. Who knew that that show was going to be so good? I saw the trailers, and I was definitely interested because I'm a fan of Seth MacFarlane, and I really like what he can do, and I also really like sci-fi. And I was admittedly like, I'm not sure if I'm going to really end up loving this or not. And it's one of the best shows on TV right now. It's funny. It's dramatic. The special effects are amazing. It's a really good show. And you can tell that Seth MacFarlane is extremely passionate about what he's doing. You can tell he cares about sci-fi and really wants to make a great product. And I really appreciate it for that. And for this category, we have one honorable mention that my editor and I both agreed on, which was Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. A movie we both thought was probably going to be awful. And in some respects, it is. It's a very dumb movie. But similar to what we were both saying about Murder on the Orient Express, its visuals and cinematography are breathtaking. And it has fun with the fact that it's a stupid sci-fi movie. And we were both genuinely surprised by it. So that's going to do it for our 2017 awards. I just want to say before we go, a few thank yous to some people who helped get this channel started. First, obviously, I have to thank the maestro behind the camera, the amazing Amanda Murphy. She's applauding herself. We really don't have the room for her to walk on the screen right now, but she does an amazing job taking this stuttering mess and making it sound cohesive every time we do one of these reviews. So thank you, Amanda, if you want to say a quick hello or anything like that.
Hello.
I want to thank Jill Weber for creating our new intro music that we love so much. It's terrific. I like it a lot. My editor likes it a lot. We also want to thank Joe Scardilli for our amazing logo that you see down there in the channel artwork icon, and it's our logo on Twitter. He did a wonderful job. He did it with no charge to us, which was awesome. We're really happy with that, so thank you. I want to thank my mother for shooting 2 of our reviews. I'm sure you can tell which 2 that they are. I want to thank Mike Adams for those wonderful podcasts he did with us, and I want to thank all of you for supporting us in this new venture. We've been incredibly humbled by the support we've gotten, and we have a lot in store in this next coming year for you guys. From all 2 of us here at EdReviews, have a safe and happy new year, and thanks for watching. All right, so I'll do it again just to. Oh. I really, really did.
Really?
I will not really today. From all.